everybody, from my hotel room in Cleveland to talk about Pacers-Cavs Game 1 here for a little bit. About to record Locked On Pacers heading into Game 2, so good time for me to wrap up coverage of the first game of the series. I covered the team for Forbes and Locked On Pacers. I was in the arena last night where the Pacers got off to the start that they needed in this series. They were fortunate in a couple ways. One is that Darius Garland, an all-star this year, was out. The other one is that they were scorching hot from three, and they need to take advantage of that kind of situation. We'll talk about the Cavs' injury luck for the Pacers from this game and how the Pacers have to take advantage of that. But this specific game, the hot shooting was the thing that they had to take advantage of, right? Pacers finish at 53% from deep, exceptional shooting game. Kenny Atkinson, after the game, the Cavs head coach, said, yeah, they were awesome from three. Rick Carlisle called it an exceptional shot-making game. Right? Clearly recognition from both sides that it was that the Pacers were doing very well to make the shots that they were presented, but they still had to create them, right? I think that is always something sold short of, including by me at times. The Pacers in this playoff run or in big games is when they have these hot shooting nights. This is their third time in the last two postseasons having a game shooting better than 50% from long range, is that they create those looks. They're very good when they play with the same team over and over with prep, with ball movement, with their talent, at doing exactly that, creating good open looks throughout a game. Now, obviously, in this game, they had some that were, Andrew Nembhard hit a crazy tough one late in the fourth quarter. Ben Mathurin hit a tough one to end a Cavs run in the third quarter. Miles Turner hit one at the buzzer of the third quarter. Right? They definitely hit some tough threes that I would not call shot quality masterpieces for the Pacers. But in general, I would say 13 to 15 of their makes were threes that they have to be thrilled with as shot quality wins, right? Threes that they have to be very happy with generating and making. And of course, they made a very good percentage of those shots as well. But creating and making that many is still very good and something that they can be happy about going into any game of the series. Is if they can generate whatever number you want to say, number of good threes in a game, they'll always have a chance, regardless of what other talent is happening or available, regardless of how the game flow is going. That's going to be a thing for them and has been in multiple playoff series with the score. And that was the story of Game 1, is they took advantage of that. And so as the Cavs hit their only avalanche in the third quarter, 17-4 run, Cleveland goes up 4. I think everybody kind of realized that with Garland out, with the Pacers shooting this well, they needed to find a way to get this one. It's going to be hard to win on the road in this series, and the Cavs are really good. Even a banged-up Cavs team is very good. They had to get it, and they did. Thomas Bryant set the tone with a tough post fadeaway to start the fourth quarter, and off went the Pacers. Their offensive process was great. A very similar story to many of their round one games against the Bucks, where they walk away going, well, it was tight or close, or we have to do this and that better. And yet they generated so many good shots that they're like, yeah, if we do that again, we can win more games in this series. So a lot of credit to the Pacers for, against a better team, the best offense in the NBA this season. I think the Cavs will be pointing to this as an offensive loss. They shot horrible from deep in this game. They did not have Darius Garland. They got to the rim a lot, but that was kind of by design for the way that the Cavs wanted to play. Right, a lot of stuff that they'll point to and go, offensive loss, but the Pacers deserve a lot of credit for playing an offensive style that made the Cavs not pass as often as they do, that prevented them from attacking the paint with as much force as they usually do. They attacked the paint a lot, right? They had 70 points in the paint. It wasn't just like so threatening that they were doing it every time. I'm not saying the Pacers defended particularly well, but when you coax two guys, Ty Jerome and Donovan Mitchell in this case, into 50 combined shots, I think that says something about what your defensive scheme is promoting or allowing the other team to do. So the way the Pacers prepared for this game gave them a chance, and they had to win it because of that, and they did. They're up 1-0 in the series thanks to this 9-point win. A lot of stuff that I think they'll be happy about. Tyrese Haliburton was very good. Andrew Nembhard was awesome on both ends. Their backcourt was very good in a series that they're playing one of the top backcourts in the league, right? That's very significant. Miles Turner had a big shot. Pascal Siakam attacked switches. They just had a lot go well for them and stuff that they have to feel good about going into the rest of the series, because the Pacers now have home court advantage. If they win every game at home the rest of the series, they will go to the conference finals again. Tyrese Haliburton has never lost a home playoff game. They got to feel good about getting this one. But calling it a shooting win alone is so underselling what the Pacers did. They did a great job with their offensive style in general. I already talked about some of their defensive successes in this game. They got timely rim pressure. Their defense at the basket was huge in critical moments. A huge Ben Mathurin block. Some nice plays from Miles Turner. Like calling it just, oh, they shot it well from three. Wow, good for them. That's not how they won the game. They did much more than that to win, even though their shooting is why they needed to make sure that they secured this game, as the Knicks just beat the Celtics on the TV behind my computer in a stunning comeback. So credit to the Pacers for getting this one. And the story now going forward in the series is one thing that we could see happening in Game 1. A couple of things we didn't quite see happen, but did happen in Game 1, and that is the health status of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Darius Garland, of course, misses the first game with his toe injury. That was a big story of why the Pacers needed to get this one. I tweeted during the third quarter that it looked like, to me, Donovan Mitchell was laboring a little bit with a calf injury. He wasn't quite as bursty. He had Tyrese Haliburton on him and did not attack him one-on-one, although Tyrese Haliburton, probably the best offensive game he's played in a Pacers uniform in Cleveland for this first game. Right? Credit to him, but Donovan Mitchell wasn't attacking him. They went to I can't remember what it was. I believe it was a Strus-Allen pick and roll on the right side. Evan Mobley in the fourth quarter comes down on a hook shot, lands on Miles Turner's ankle and rolls it. Injury there for Mobley, apparently, Kenny Atkinson was saying today. And then on a block by Ben Mathurin, an insane block that I thought was a foul but wasn't called, DeAndre Hunter, thumb injury. I've seen it reported as both a dislocation and a sprain. I don't know what the difference of those truly are or what the answer actually is. Regardless, a shooting hand thumb injury. That's some good players for Cleveland. Jared Allen's still there. Sounds like Mitchell will play, but maybe be banged up. Spencer Davies has a good video on this. I watched the Cavs availability, right? Like, that is a lot of injuries. You know, who knows what kind of team they'll be. And yet, that will be a story in the series. It's not the story. The Cavs, without Mitchell, Garland, Mobley, and Strus in Indy in late April during the regular season, came in and gave the Pacers a battle. A tight game to the end. The Pacers were losing with 4 minutes to go before they pulled it out. Even the Cavs bench can fight with the Pacers if they have Allen, if they have their style, if they have their shooters. So if they have some version of Mitchell, if they maybe get Garland back, if Mobley can go, whatever you want to say that they'll have available, they're still very good. And they still have enough offensive firepower and a good enough system to win the game and be a tough out. So yes, injuries will be now a story of the series, several of which happened in the game, the first game, on plays that we now know about. But the Pacers have stuff they can be better at. They've pointed to rebounding. They've pointed to their turnover number being high. I think it was 16. They gave up a lot of points in the paint, somewhat, I would say, schematically, but some that they would certainly like to have back. Miles Turner talked about their screen setting being more effective today when we talked to the Pacers at practice. There's a lot that could still make this a game that the Pacers could be better at in Game 2. And they'll focus on those things today and try to do it tomorrow. I will be once again in Rocket Arena tomorrow, Rocket Fieldhouse, whatever it's called. So you can expect another video. Hopefully get that one out sooner, but I get so busy between these games. Thank you all so much for watching this one. Another Locked On Pacers tomorrow. Till then, see you soon.